It says we're live. We'll see how quickly that goes.
Not quite. Well, it's not. Well, what
There's
you're
always a
saying now-
delay.
Yes, but what, they're going to hear it.
There we go.
Quite well. It's not.
Okay, we're good. We're
Yeah,
live. We made it,
I heard
guys.
all that.
Hey, everybody.
Hi,
Welcome
everyone.
back. So it's just me and Ruff today.
Yeah.
At least as far as I know. I did send Jester the link, and he said if he could get internet in Chicago or whatever, he had free, he may jump in.
Don't they have it in Chicago?
Yeah, they should have it in Chicago, but Chicago. But we'll see what actually happens. So we've got Harold already here, Bill's here, Beat Cafe. I'm going to say these names right.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. It must. It would
until Herman jumps in, and then I'm gonna say Lootman instead of
yeah,
Lutman.
no, that's his name. But he even introduces himself as such.
So Jeff's here. Kyle, how's everybody?
Good to see you.
Wait, what? We don't get to see what games Jester's opening up? Yep. We don't get to see him today.
No.
So, but I don't know. So how's it going, Ruff? It's been a week.
Yeah. It goes so quick, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I mean, I posted a picky on Tack Up saying I must remember we're doing 10 games to play this year. So I set up Panzer Grenadier, and a little jokey thing. In one of them, there was a scenario for 199 turns, and I said I think I picked the wrong one. But I've changed my mind now. I've got Beyond Normandy out, and it's a big map, as you can see. But the bit I'll be playing on, if I do decide to do this scenario, is that bit there. So nice little small 7-turn scenario. But shiny things have got in the way. Over here, we've got Malta Besieged. Now, I started playing it, and you've got it, Tony, and Tweezer's got it. And I thought, I'll get it. And I got it out and played it, started to play it, and I thought, I'll tell you what, I'll video it. So I've started to video it. I've done one part already, editing the second part. So once I've done that, I'm going to try and have a go at Hill of Doves, see if I can get my head around that. And then back on track with the 10 games. He says.
Harold's starting to get the hang of it. Have you won yet, Harold? That's the question. So
I haven't. It gets bonkers, doesn't it, Harold?
Yeah, no. Mike, how's it going? Mike Anthony, Craig.
Hi, Craig.
Greg, how's it going? And I spent a good 2 hours with the OG last night. We had a lot of fun playing Point Blank.
I've still got to watch that.
It was good. My daughter was sitting along with us, and she was getting excited. There's definitely some cool things about that game. It's there's a lot more to it than I thought as we were going through. And Sean jumps in. Sean Drulinger, the designer.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a Sean Drulinger game, so it's going to be, nations at war. What more can you say, eh?
Harold has not won, by the way.
No, nobody has.
Number 7. Up to number 7.
Good.
So,
grief.
Cool.
Excuse me.
Charles is in. Yep. So no, but that game is definitely really cool. Natalie started picking up some of the techniques, which scares the living crap out of me, and I'll be honest about that. But definitely that game's got a lot of fun. That's going to be a lot of fun. So it's really cool.
It looks really
David.
good.
Mm-hmm.
David. Yeah.
Amazing how much Worthington is at marketing these states than Victory. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Well, the quality is quite a bit better. They are more expensive though.
They are
than the Victory Point games, but quality-wise, definitely.
Well, you say that if you could get them as Victory Point games, and then they're silly Billy money. Look at Zulus on the Ramparts.
Yeah.
Oh, crikey.
So I have that. I need to get that out sometime and play.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be my 10 games next year.
I'm hoping.
I think I might go. I think I might do all short games next year.
Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah, all these not short games, just like easy solo games. I'm going to play. I'm going to play Uno, and I'm going to play one-man Scrabble. I'm going to just easy things that I can video and just do them in 3 or 4 minutes. I did my shortest video this week, 4 and a bit minutes.
How did you do 4 minutes on a video?
It's that upgrade kit.
Oh, that upgrade kit. Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw that. I didn't get to watch it, but yeah, I did see
yeah,
that. So.
it's great. If you've got the first edition and you want the mounted board and all that, then it's great. But and I haven't. I got the first edition, so brilliant. But yeah, 4 and a bit minutes. I thought, oh,
That
yeah,
should have a full watch through then just about when you look
no,
at the
when you look at
analytics.
the stats, people are watching it for like 2 minutes. I go, it's only bloody 4 minutes. What are you doing? Get a life.
Yeah, the 10 micro games. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Mike Anthony, 10
Yeah.
micro games. So, hey, William, how's it going? Looks like we got the crowd. Looks like they all moved over. Really good. Dennis.
Yep.
Yeah, Craig, I'll tell you what. I got a lot. One of their favorite games, I wish somebody would redo it because the components from Victory Point games were, I'm going to say they were crappy for this game.
I've never owned one, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, for this particular game, they're crappy, but it's the Barbarossa campaign, and it's a really neat solo game. And I've got it on my channel, but the components are kind of they're just crappy.
Probably.
Yeah, I wish somebody would redo that. I would pay it for it. It's really.
They did them in like the pizza boxes, but they also did them in like plastic bags as well.
Yeah, this was one that's in the bags. It's like the counters are like regular counters, so they're not the like wood counters, but they were die cut so bad. It just was.
Right.
Yep. Bruins on there.
Yeah.
And now I have to blame Solo Board Gaming. I'm kind of ticked at him.
I keep asking him on. He's not coming on because he knows we'll have a go at him for playing all these games we want to play. That's what it is.
I know. It's like now I want to pull out my Wing Leader victories because he's got it out now.
I've played it with Tweez. I wasn't, to be honest, wasn't overly impressed with it. It was okay, but I'm going to watch Solo, and because he's like me, he gets a bit carried away. See, being an Englishman, we get carried away, we get emotional, and so he might imbue a bit, and I hope not, because crikey, that's another rabbit hole, isn't
it? Craig, there is, if you can find it, C3I, and I can't remember which issue it was, has a better version of the Battle for Moscow.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
It's 9 p.m. over here in Old Blighty, so
it's 4 here on the east, which means it's 1 on the west coast. So
it's a big country. Yeah, it's 4 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock here, and it's 4 o'clock in John O'Groats. So it's the same at the top. There is a slight difference, a couple of minutes, but not hours.
Yeah. But so what's kind of interesting, kind of speaking of that, I was talking to one of my seniors because they're going to be graduating here. So he was kind of just checking in with me that I hadn't talked to him for a while. And he was telling me he's got a student, he's talking to an exchange student from Germany. And he said, she's like, there's all this stuff like we wanted to do, like you hear these people from Europe that want to do like New York City one day, Florida the next day, and then like on the West Coast they don't realize how big this country is because you can do that. You can go to Berlin, to Paris, and London and do a 3-day thing without a problem, but you can't do that in the United States. You have to take flights everywhere. We don't have the short cuts. So hey, Mike Berticelli, how's it going? I want to research this one a little bit. I want to do. Well, and you know what? It's kind of an auto buy. I haven't done it yet because who's the co-designer on it? That
it's Thompson.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. So it's almost a have to. It's almost a have to.
Well, I've done it. It's a very unusual subject, and I'm getting to like those. I love me World War II and other things, but it's an unusual subject.
Yeah. Mike. Yeah. So, well, in I was teaching about that particular topic a couple years ago, and speaking about this guy, the Zhen He, which I know that's not pronounced that way.
Know nothing about it, so
Yeah, he was like a big time naval admiral, like really, really good. Like he would be an equivalent for that time period to like why can't I think of the guy who won Trafalgar?
Nelson, you fool. Ask
Nelson,
him.
yes,
Ask
yes.
him
Sorry,
Englishman.
my apologize to all you English
Please.
that I couldn't remember Nelson. I do apologize for that. So, but no, so he's just as kind of as big as that, and was as smart during that time period. So it's really, really cool. I'm
And
looking
it's
forward to it. Yeah.
good chips. You know me. I've got a soft spot for them. So,
Oh, you and your Atlantic Chase.
yeah. Well,
Although
yeah,
I can
and
see the appeal for that. I really can.
But even the Italian chap on Dan's show today was talking about that, because he was talking about pocket battleships that are in it. You know.
Yeah.
And that was the game he highlighted. So yeah.
Oh, Riccardo Mancini.
That's the man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
So,
William Bird says more Frank. Yeah, okay, I get that. Yeah, more Francis Drake.
Yeah, it was an explorer as well.
He was more of an explorer. Yeah, yeah. While Nelson was more of the military type.
Gotcha.
Strategy. Yeah, thanks. Well, yeah, that's a good point. And of course, Francis Drake. You know, there's always the rumors about him and Queen Elizabeth. So, but I don't know what man that she was around. There weren't rumors about. So.
Good. Thank goodness there wasn't the internet then.
Oh my God! Can you? Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
that would be crazy.
But I think Essex was sniffing around Liz as well. So.
Oh yeah. Well, there's the whole idea that Shakespeare, and Shakespeare's not a real person. It's pretty much so been proven, but he was possibly the son.
Hold on. Has it very much been proven?
Well, okay, there was nobody named Shakespeare. And I watched a whole video on it, not a YouTube video.
Oh, it's got to be true then. If you've watched the whole video on it, it's got to be true.
But it wasn't. It was a BBC. It was a BBC video.
Oh, well, there you go. They always tell the truth. They do.
Yeah, always. Yes. So but no, pretty much so. It was a pseudonym. It's kind of accepted that it is a pseudonym. There are still plenty of people, especially at Stratford upon Avon, that don't agree that he was a real person. But the kind of idea is that he was the son, the illegitimate son of Queen Elizabeth that was kind of hid away. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. But again, nobody was there, so they can't prove anything. So, it's kind of hard to know for sure on that one. So
yeah. That's what I said, Mike. Yeah.
I said it was not on the internet. I actually bought the DVD of it.
Oh, the Bias Broadcasting Corporation. All right. Yeah. It does, David. Yeah. We have a little smile at our colonials across the pond there when they think they've watched the video and good grief. But what we're going to talk about? We're going to just yabber on and
we'll see.
Subject and they can all join in. I don't know. What do you want to do? I've got the froggy throat tonight.
Yeah. Well, quit being froggy. You can't be.
Yeah.
So. Here we go. Mike said if it was a cassette, he might believe it.
Yeah.
I've watched this movie way too many times, Mike. No, I saw, let's see, they're taking nominations for the Charlies. And I'll tell you what, Wayne Hansen did a nice job of actually creating a Excel sheet that had all the games that were released in 2021. So that's kind of that was kind of helpful on that one. Problem is I haven't played them all.
So. No. And the problem with you guys calling it the Charlies, over here, that has a different meaning.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Well, and if you're in Vietnam or was a Vietnam vet, that's also a different name. That's also
it's a part of a body over here.
Oh, see, you guys have all these weird terms for like.
Yeah, I don't know where it's come from, but
it's your how do I want to say it? I'm going to screw this up, but you don't want to say the actual words. You want to say something that sounds benign.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very old tradition with us because of English folk songs, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of English folk songs that are quite raunchy, but it's hidden in different words like cuckoo's nest and things like that. Which. But there we go. Yeah, we just like making up words for bits of the body.
No, so what was interesting is a lot of the terms that you have taught us from over
You've
here,
nicked
so that
some
we
of
wouldn't
ours,
know.
haven't you? You've nicked bum
Yep.
for the actual part of the body, not a vagrant.
Well, it depends. It's context. So you can still call somebody a bum.
Oh yeah, you've got the two meanings. We don't do
Yeah.
it. We call them tramps. You know. So
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, no, we've got double meanings. So,
yeah,
oh
but
yeah,
you never used to have that as a name for the buttocks. So you
me
know,
boom. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But I was watching, I don't know, Father Brown Mysteries. I can't speak. That drink's already getting to me.
Oh my goodness, things to do over there are a bit thin, aren't they, Tony? Watching Father Brown Mysteries? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm binge watching it too. So like, I'm watching episode after episode. It's that time of year where I'm like almost, term's almost done. I've got a week left. Exam, so I'm just going to be grading exams, so I have to have something going on in the background in my classroom, and so that's one of the things I do is I just put stuff like that. Um, and so somebody said, "Yeah, I was just getting squiffy," and I'm like, "I know what that means." Because we were introduced, you introduced to that, so I was like, "Okay,
yeah, we
yep,
got some.
yep." I'm a big I used to be able to quote Monty Python and the Search for the Holy Grail like verbatim when I was in high school. It was like it's like a cult following over here. So kind of like why can't I can't even think of it anymore. There's another one. I just know it's got Tim Curry in it, and it's got a cult following. So, but
What the old
see, now you can't think of it either.
no.
Time Warp. It's got Time Warp.
Yeah, Time Warp. Rocky Horror Show.
Yeah, Rocky Horror Show. Yeah. Not as big though, because it's not as interactive. But yeah, there was a cult following for Monty Python over here especially for the Meaning of Life and the Search for the Holy Grail are two of my favorites on that one. So
yeah, I think the Holy Grail's my favorite.
Yeah, Mike got it. Yeah, see, we got it.
Yeah, they've all got it. What?
So, but what was interesting is one of the ones where the guy was a fascist. So I kind of learned about the black shirts.
Which is why, incidentally, you're not allowed to wear a uniform over here when you are demonstrating. You have the right to demonstrate, but you're not allowed to wear a uniform. And that dates back to Mosley, before and during the Second World War.
Okay.
They were black shirts, weren't they?
Yep.
Yeah, that's why you can't wear a uniform at a
protest.
Yeah, or a meeting, public meeting.
Tim Zales just jumped in. Hey, Tim. And we got Mike. Yes, I blow my nose in your general direction. So yeah, Europe or Britain's all French and Dutch and everything.
That's why
really.
we use use, for instance, in certain words where you think, no, we'll take that out, rub that out. But anyway, what have you been playing?
Oh, I have been playing. Well, Point Blank we kind of talked about.
Yeah.
So yep. And I
Well, just remind peeps who joined later about the live stream you and
me and Mike, or me and not Mike, we've got to do one. Me and Devin, the OG, did we got through about, I would say, half or 3/4 of a turn of Point Blank. It's on the Lock and Load Publishing.
Video. What you been doing? You've been yakking. Is that what you've been doing? Just yakking?
Oh yeah, there were some rules and stuff like that we were going through. So yeah, so
I'm joking.
I know. You get me and Devin, we just start talking. So, but no, so that we've been playing that. So we played that. That was a lot of fun. Definitely recommend go seeing it. Go look at it, guys. That game has a lot of fun. There's a lot of tactics to it, and there's a lot more than what you think. So,
and isn't there a solo?
Yes, there is a solo bot to it. I'm hoping to get to it, especially after I play it a few times, to get the main rules down before I start throwing the solo bot in, because that's kind of the way you really need to know the rules before you start going to the solo.
Complexity, because
it's
Sean designed Nations at War, That's pretty okay.
I would say it's lock and load tactical level complexity.
A little bit more.
Yeah. There's definitely, so you would think that it's, so the way it works out is some of the strategy is not just getting your people into terrain, it's actually using the terrain against your opponent. So you can play terrain tiles against your opponent. Example was, I ended up, so Devin's coming at me with a tiger, and we have like there's sectors. If you've seen the map, you guys know kind of the idea. There's sectors. So there's a blank sector, an open sector in between, and one of the parts of the phases you can play to terrain, and you can have terrain in your hand. So I put down a blocking terrain of building, so his tiger can no longer see my units that are moving up to take over the hotel. So you can play the terrain on, and you can play it on the other players too. So the terrain actually kind of works in both directions.
So,
you can also change.
So the rationale behind that is like the tiger's coming up, and he doesn't know what's ahead of him, and then suddenly there's a building.
Yep.
Bugger, I've got a turn or something. Yeah.
Yeah. And kind of the other cool thing is that you can change the terrain in your sector.
I heard that. Yeah.
Because the way Devin explained it, and I totally get it, is that think of the terrain as a group of hexes. And so you're just moving to different hexes in that sector. Yeah. So I actually went from an open terrain with my M10 tank, because I was playing the Americans against the Germans, and the scenarios here, kitty kitty. So that was kind of fun. So I ended up so I was in a clear terrain. I ended up changing to a hill, so I could put my M10 on a hill, and now line of sight, I can see the entire battlefield now.
So that is, you're here. Just over there, there's a hill. So I'm going to go up on that.
Yeah, I'm going to go up on that one. Yeah.
Then a hill thing. That's clever. That's clever.
Yeah. And kind of the other thing is that even if you don't have like the right card, you can still play a card and do an action that you kind of want to do. So there's like 4 main actions. There's like move, fire, assault, and throw smoke. So you discard a card, and then you can do that. You do have to spend that guy, so he can't do anything until you ready him. But you can still do something. It slows you. It doesn't like stop you. It just slows you down.
Yeah, you're not moving. You just do something. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. Right. Okay.
Yeah. So, and Devin said, and the best way to describe it is the terrain is as big as it needs to be, and a turn is as long as it needs to be. So, and you can use dice. You don't have to use the cards, although I'm a favorite. I favor the cards.
Yeah, I'm a chucker. I don't use the dice on the solo assistants, for instance. So I'll chuck the dice.
Yeah. So, but you can choose to use the dice. Yeah. You just have to discard the action card, because when the action card deck ends, that's at the end of one turn.
Yeah. So if you throw the dice, you just discard a card instead.
Yep. Yep. So how many? Now, what's kind of cool, we haven't done it yet, and I'm looking forward to it, is when we do melee, you actually pull a card for each unit. So
right.
So you can do some serious damage if you have quite a bit.
Hectic.
Yep. So Mike, the players did a player through so there's a few rules they got not correct, but it was close enough. David had made a comment that it's really good, and it's good, but definitely check out mine and the OG's playthrough.
Yours is better, Tone.
Well, I had the designer and probably the second best person with the rules. So
you had the 2 people who's closely associated with it.
Yep, exactly. Gareth, what did the Romans do for us? They gave you hot baths, and then you ignored it. So there we go.
But apart from that, what else did they do for us? Right.
Yeah.
So Monty Python's again. Sorry.
Yeah. So, yep. No, but so I played that. Yep. So I got that. I did the video for that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of taken up my week, except for one new thing that I got for ATS. I got the new modern. Well, I got the new modern tactical. Yeah, the new modern tacticals finally came out.
Oh, right.
So we actually got the one, and I did a unboxing or unbagging.
Hold on. I remember you saying The reason I got into ATS was that when you get the rule book, unlike ASL, which you don't use 90% of the rules. In ATS, you use 90% of the rules all the time, and then when the things come up, and you just buy what you want. I'm not going to buy everything, and all I've heard for the last few, now you've gone into the modern. So don't give me that nonsense about, I'm not going to go.
I'm doing it for ATSFE.
Oh, yeah, right.
So I've got to be a part of that. So, yeah. Now there are 7 modules out. I only bought the first 3 because I want to see how it plays out before I really sink money into it.
Oh, you didn't just buy one, Sarah? It went. You bought 3. Okay.
Well, you have to buy at least 2 because it's only per country. So the first module is just the U.S. The second module is just the Russians. Yes.
You don't get both sides. You do?
No, you don't.
Ah.
You buy just the Americans, which you have to buy that module because that module has the rules.
Yeah, I like that business plan.
Then you have to buy the Russians. You don't have to buy the Russians. You could buy the Ukrainians because that's the third module, and then they have a lot of the the Lithuanians, Estonians.
That's right up your street, isn't it?
Yeah. Only thing is I like the World War II side of that more than that. So I'm gonna play around with it, see if I like it. But I mean, and when I mean modern, I mean today modern, not 1985 modern.
Right.
Today modern, like it's it's got the whatever we have now. There's actually drones, although there aren't any scenarios out for that yet. And so it's got modern helicopters and things like that. So it's kind of.
I have to wait until you get a bit more into it, and with you and Mitch and having a chat. Yeah. Are the stats on the counters reflecting what's really happened after what people have learned after what's going on, rather than overdoing the Russians?
I think they're more accurate. I really do. And it's not so much squads as much anymore. The way that they've tweaked it quite a bit with the way it is. It's more fire teams than squads because that's kind of what.
Even smaller groups, yeah.
Oh, right. And in like each fire team, so if you take so they've got 3 like silhouettes on it. You take a casualty that goes down to 2 silhouettes. And then it goes down to 1 and then nothing. So you have, so there's definitely some difference because of that. So it's really a lot more crunchy. So I want to see if I want to go that far with it.
Oh, right. So
yeah, it's a lot more crunchy.
It's a bit like Panzer and MBT, isn't it? Panzer and MBT are very similar, but MBT's got a lot more, not so much crunch, but chrome because of the weapons.
Yeah, I had made that comment to Devin last night because Devin likes to play ATS as well. And I said it's more crunchy, and he said, "Yeah, that's what we found out. We went to World of War, from Nations at War to World at War. It is more crunchy, and that's just because of the technology." Yeah. So it's that. So that was really fun. I had 3 nights of soccer. It's my last week. I already had the last game, coached the last game, and so I can start really focusing back in on wargaming now and doing that after coming up. So I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun. But what I have set up behind me, and it's, I've got different things going on, but I have Slovakia's War, Panzer Grenadier, the first scenario of that one set up. So it's really.
You're using one of the supplements for that,
yes.
Aren't you?
Yeah. So you have to have
I know.
Fire in the Steppe, and what's the other one? Kursk, not Kursk, the Romanian, one of the Romanian ones. So I've got a ghost behind me.
I know. Great to see you. Yeah, that's the thing. I've got a couple of supplements, and I picked them up pretty reasonably. I'm punched, and I'm thinking, oh, great, okay, you've got to have certain games. I think I might have some then. So I'm looking through, and you've got to have about 12 games to use one map from each one, sort of.
Yeah.
But I've got
them. Yeah, I mean, and then as you do, you just look for them to come up. At a decent price.
And,
Yeah.
I always look out for that.
But I will tell you what I found out. Broken Axis. Thank you. See, Mike's got it. Broken Axis. He's got it for me.
Yeah.
So
that's so expensive. You bought it, didn't you?
Yeah, I bought it on sale though.
Oh, but even so,
yeah, I bought it on sale. So.
Oh.
But so I'm getting ready to do some videoing of that because I'm going to have fun. I found a nice. The first scenario is 20 turns. And most of the scenarios in that module aren't that long. I think there's a couple 30 or maybe 40 turns scenarios, but most of them are in that 20 to 30.
But again, I mean, I might do a different one. I've got Beyond
Yeah.
Normandy here, and as I said, I'm only using the bottom left-hand bit of it. It seems silly, but it'd be nice to video. But I might do a 20-turn one, but not do the whole turns. I did that last time I played Panzer Grenadier with the Eastern Front. I cut it short when it was sort of obvious what was going on. Yeah, did about 6 videos on it, but yeah, didn't finish the game.
I enjoyed watching your videos on that.
Yeah, but I might do that again. Might pick a longer one. I'm not completing.
Yeah.
It can go on a bit, you know. And the idea is to show people Panzer Grenadier. I know it's much maligned. It's Marmite, isn't it? And it's one of those.
Well,
games
I'll tell you what, the new maps look really good. The new maps look really good.
I mean, that's the step up from the Marmalade ones on Eastern Front.
Oh yeah.
But even so, it's a bit garish. But it's the thing of the times, isn't it? It's that's a 2000 game. So yeah, they're different. Things were different.
Yeah.
20 years ago.
So, well, for those that are interested or whatever, I found out that the Eastern Front game is a combination of Fire in a Step and Broken Axis. So if you get a module that needs Eastern Front maps, they're in those 2 modules. So yeah, so you get get all the maps.
I think what they did, they condensed. Well, they split the thing up because Eastern Front, if you've got it, it's like the scenario book's that thick.
Yeah. What is there, 150 plus scenarios in that?
Stupid amount. But one of the big complaints with it is they're very unbalanced. But as I said, I think with this discussion before, I don't mind because if it's a balanced battle, you wouldn't fight it, would you? If the Germans think they're going to win against the Soviets, you play the Soviets to see how well you can do compared to last time. So, and I think they split and got rid of some of those scenarios when they put them into the 2 newer games. The maps look much nicer, of course.
Yeah.
But Eastern Front, if you can get it, it's just better keep you going forever.
It used to be reasonable. You can find them cheap, but now they've jumped up in price. You might as well just buy the Broken Axis and Fire in a Step now, just about.
I mean, you used to be able to pick up the older games. I mean, the ones I've got, I picked up pretty reasonably. But I'd say I was talking before we went on. I was looking at on eBay. There's a couple, some guy selling unpunched. One is Eisenborn.
Eisenborn Ridge.
Along with Guadalcanal. And as I said, Guadalcanal has got a little bit of bad press, but the 2 of them together were £20. And I thought, I'll have a punt on that. So I put it on there. And immediately, it's been on there for a few days. There's like 3 days left. It finishes on Sunday. And I put a bid on. And then a few hours later, somebody had outbidded me. And I thought, I wonder if that's the bloke who owns it, just to bump it up, you know, because these things go through your head, don't they? And
here you go. Blast Pop jumped in on this. He played several of the games in the PG and used the random turn ending. Adds a lot of suspense when you're trying to get what you need to get done before the end of the turn.
Yeah, I'll talk about that. That's the old Fog of War thing. But yeah, and I forgot about it. I thought, I'll just check, see how it's going. Those 2 games are now up to nearly £80, and I think,
nah, you can get them.
It's great. It doesn't work with very small turns.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you get, I think it's 3 or more activations, blast pop. I mean, after the 2 players have done 3 or more activations, you roll a die after each one, and if you get 16 or more, bang, the turn ends. A bit like World at War and Nations at War, when you turn over, bang.
Yep.
Unlike Nations at War, you don't get your chance in the next turn.
Yeah, Nations at War definitely gives you that. So for sure. He even said for bigger scenarios.
Because you're trying to get it pushes the game along, because you think, once you do your 3 activations, you think, oh, it might end. Let's do the most important things, and it trucks along, keeps the game moving.
Yeah, it skips, as you say, for small. Yeah. So that 199 scenario might be a little bit shorter because if you did that. So
can you believe it? 199 turn scenario in Africa Corps. I couldn't believe it. I thought it must be a misprint.
With no terrain, really.
No. The reason I was going to do an Africa Corps video, and the map, again, it's like only a mother could love them. That's that sort of thing. And they've got bits of terrain on, but sometimes that's not there. Sometimes you use that as a hill, sometimes you don't. Sometimes use a bit of it as a wadi, some of it over there as a hill. So it's not pretty to video. Great if you're playing. So I say that's why I've got Beyond Normandy.
Beyond Normandy is a good module too. That's a good module.
It's
So
the Brits
I
and the
still
Commonwealth.
love their counters though. I think their counters are probably the best looking counters.
They are lovely looking counters. I get a bit thin, but they have to be because you have to stack. Hexy.
And it seems to be just on the maps. The counters are great. Just the maps. I was looking at some of their naval games, and the counters look gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
But then the maps are like something worth, only a mother could love.
Well, then it's like flying colours. What do you want? You want mermaids and things swimming about?
As Solo Board Gamer was talking about, the map was absolutely wonderful for Wing Leader. It's so beautiful. It's blue.
But he's like me. We love everything. He's an Englishman.
He's an Englishman.
We love everything. But yeah, the counters in Avalanche Press are lovely.
Yeah, the counters are great. I just don't know why they can't get their maps. I think they're trying to go away from the ASL style maps, and also it's a platoon level game. So when you're looking at platoons, you got to scale back far, and so some of the detail you're not going to get like one group of trees that are like in a tactical game, a squad level game. One hex is, you can have 3 or 4 trees, and that's really good. But when you scan out to a platoon level, one hex with 3 or 4 trees in it is going to be like nothing. It's going to be like a tree.
I mean, but the newer maps are much better for the newer games. And I mean, people don't get. I mean, it's like Panzer and MBT. Their maps, I quite like them. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm colorblind and the colors go bang, and it's like in your face. And I had a question saying. I know they're just like whoa, like tie dye. It looks like tie dye. And he said, "Oh, it's supposed to be, tank on tank thing, which it is." He said, "Why are you stacking them? Aren't you supposed to do them in columns or?" And of course, the scale, because the counters are that big, and the hexes are just about big enough to put a counter in, but that hex is 100 yards, so you can have 6 tanks in that hex shoveling around and moving about. So that's why they're stacked up on top of each other, not one after the other. Because it'd be like a tank, 100 yards, a tank, 100 yards. That's not how it would work. So yeah, maps are very important.
Yeah,
maps are nice. Yes.
Yeah, they are definitely. And I wish some of the squad level tactical games would up their maps. That's what I mean. I love the maps, and I know Dave. We've talked to David about this to get those maps for like Lock and Load Tactical. Those are just gorgeous maps.
4X, oh, lovely.
Oh my god, I love those 4X maps, and so, but yeah, no, it was. I wish, squad level is going to be, or ASL is going to be ASL. People aren't going to want to buy a whole bunch of new maps because they've upgraded the maps. But
that's the problem. They've gone past the point of no return. They can't update the counters. They can't update the maps. Because people have just jumped off car parks. And.
That's because they'd have to buy it all over again, and they can't. There's no way they could afford it.
And if they brought out new stuff with the new counters and the maps, and you put it together with some of the old, they would. They'd do their OCD. No good at all.
Now I'm curious. I just want to see. So multi-man. So they do have
multi-man. Why do you do that, you guys? Multi-man.
Yeah, MMP. Yeah, how's MMP? I'll just say MMP, so you can stop criticizing my American English.
I'm joking.
I know you are.
No.
So if you were to buy all the maps, because they do have them as a kit. Oh God, how much is it? Yeah,
our moderator. Sorry, Blastspot's asking when our moderator is. We haven't got one, have we?
Our moderator is in Chicago.
Oh, you mean by that you mean not a chat moderator. We haven't got one.
Oh my God, they have them set up so you can buy individual maps. I know that I thought there was a kit that they had all of them where you could buy all of them, and it was like $200 to buy all the ASL maps.
What, redone or the old ones?
No, they're old ones that like what they're published as.
Yeah.
But you could buy so that way you could do that. So get it. Let's see here. Yeah, old school tactical are nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Jester's in our is in Chicago. So
it's
if you're in Chicago, I apologize. This is a pre-warning.
So if you have a week off, it's like the chat go mad. Where's Tony? Where's Tony? Where's your dad? Where's Tony? When Jester's off, nobody's asked.
This is the first ask, and it's 37 minutes in.
I did put it in the thing when I advertised it. So
yeah, that's true. Don't tempt me with another World War II tactical systems rough. Your video on PG River Monitor expansion.
I was going to do that. I was going to do that, but it's so different.
Yeah.
That unless you love Panzer Grenadier, you're going to go, oh, no. I'll just do a sort of Panzer Grenadier, I think, if I do it, you know.
Being criticized by someone from a country that has parks for their cars.
Yeah, we know. We park in the Green and Pleasant, you know, and so what do you call them then? Car parks, we call them.
No, parking lots.
Oh, yeah. What's the name? Joni Mitchell, parking lot. Yeah.
Yep. I don't know why you put trees where you park your cars. I mean,
there's no trees in car parks. Any Brits in the chat will contest to that. They're just as grotty as your parking lots, I tell you. We just have a posher name for them.
Oh, Mike's got a good point here. I was using ASL maps for Dungeons and Dragons villages and hamlets. Yeah.
You've mentioned that before, because I've heard that. Must have been you, Mike. Yeah. You can't use any maps, can't you?
Yeah, because it's a hex. They use a hex.
Yeah,
a hex grid. Yeah.
You can use it for Shadows of Brimstone, anything that because they've gone outside the thing now into the big wide world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because they've got that kind of village look to them.
Yes,
a lot of them do. So. I don't think you're going to get it here.
No, not from us, because we love everything.
We complain, but I don't know if we really rant because, we get irritated, but, that's life nowadays.
And there was another conversation talking about, I think it was on Dan's show, the reviewers. See, I'm not a reviewer. I think you shouldn't say reviewers, YouTubers maybe, or content creators or whatever. I think they were talking more about reviewers in the written page, writing reviews, and they're saying, oh, there's too many, so it crops up, there's too many positive reviews. I get that, but I'm like, they will mention the Player's Aid as well. They won't put a video out of a game they don't like. They might do an unboxing, but that's the last you hear of it, So I'm the same. If I start playing a game and I think, oh no, it's not for me, I can't play this, then I won't. Yeah. And also, I want to be, if there's a game I don't like, there's no point in me doing a playthrough if it's going to be a struggle. And I don't want to diss it like some people are starting to do because it's fashionable and they get the clicks and all that, because that's somebody's baby. And it might not be your baby, and it might be a badly designed game, but it's that person's baby. And I don't want to be the person that pulls the toilet chain on it, so.
Constructive feedback is good.
Sure.
If you're constructive about it.
And there's times I do that when I go, oh, if they'd have done this, or a bit, these player aids are a bit thin, they could have spent a couple of pence on them. Yeah. But not to just.
Well, and I told Devin, I was a little cautious about being too critical of the card things for the point blank, because the finger holes only go halfway down. You can't get the rest of the cards out.
That sounds rude. What are you talking about?
And Devin's like, well, first of all, he was telling me, he's like, don't worry about it. I'd rather you be honest, and we'll take our licks. He's like, I'm like, cool. That's and that's what I kind of figured.
Sure, yeah. And you're looking at ways to prove it before it goes out.
The cards, that tray China just threw that in. They weren't even expecting that.
Oh, right.
So they said, "Hey, we just got to get these things farther down." And I figured David had already addressed it because with us talking with David and the crew at Lock and Load, we knew that was gonna. I knew that was gonna be taken care of, but I just didn't get a chance to
I
say something.
suspect
So
as soon as they saw it and gone, they're going to moan. They're going to
yep,
moan. But we're on it. We're on it. So
yep.
yeah.
Yeah, so and like I said, Natalie was with us last night, so she had fun. We had fun. She was waiting for me to play that terrain that I was telling you about. She's like, I have to go to the bathroom, but I want to watch you play that terrain.
So she's jumping up and down.
Yeah, she really enjoyed. She had fun. I know she's looking forward to actually playing it with me, like sitting
That's
down and
great. Isn't
playing
that
it. The
great?
scenario.
That's great.
Yeah. I was telling Devin, I go, I like my simulations from time to time, but I really like a good game. If some of it's not as historically accurate, I'd rather have a good game.
What with
So
somebody rather than playing solo? You mean?
yeah. Well, just a good game. Like it doesn't. I'm not big on historical accuracy. Like I want if there's an OBB, I want that to be accurate. Make sense?
Yeah.
But order of battle. So who was actually there?
The bits and pieces that were there at the time
Yeah.
at the battle. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
So
the
I
troops,
want
all
that
the
to be
tanks were-
accurate. But I know Herman has said it on our show. As soon as you move the first piece, as soon as you roll a die, it's a fantasy game. So why not make it entertaining at the same time?
Yeah, because you can try out what ifs, and if you're playing somebody, and that must be very annoying, and if especially if it's me and I'm moving and they're looking at you going, oh, they didn't do that. Oh no, they didn't do that. And I'm going, I don't care. That's what I'm doing. So yeah. And
Yeah.
what is Napoleon? Is it Napoleon that said the first casualty in any battle is the plan?
Yeah.
So
I've also heard, what is it? The first thing to go out the window is the plan.
yeah, it's always
The
the plan.
plan's only good until first contact or something along those lines. So
Yeah, until you think, oh bugger. Yeah.
yeah. I will tell you that Tiger took out my M10, one of my M10's first shot. like I started, and then Devin went and took out my first M10. So
They're swines, aren't they? Them tigers. They
yeah.
broke down a lot, but they're very good. And then this one, if I'm going to play it through another go, you got the Brits, and they're trying to moving on to take this town, which is off the map actually. It's down here, and they come across, and then suddenly there's tiger tanks in front of them. So that should be fun.
Yeah, that'll be good. So one thing I like about Panzer Grenadiers, I'm not a big facing guy. I'm not too big on having facing. I know some games it's vital.
Well,
but
as you zoom down, you have to, don't you? I mean, Panzer and MBT have facing, but platoon level, no, because everybody's facing all directions.
Yeah, Mike's like, that's the way I design games. I believe it. After playing Tank Duel,
Yeah.
you have the accurate stuff on the tanks, and then just let the players go at it. Like, that's really
Just
good.
make sure I get cards that I can use for goodness sake. I know I painted my tank yellow because I was a bit, being a bit different. But then I thought I'll be all right because I'm going to get that. I haven't got a move card. I'm stuck in the open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mike's got historical accuracy and realism is nice as long as they don't get in the way of the game being enjoyable by becoming too complicated. Yeah, too much chrome.
By realism, yeah, you want. You're not going to play it historically accurate unless you want to play it historically accurate. Then you might as well watch a video or read a book. You've got to play it, and because you always think, even if you know the battle backwards and you know what happened, you're going to try something different, aren't you? You're just going to do it, or you may not be aware of the historical context in that battle and the tactics involved, so you'll try something different. And as long as as you say, the OOBs there and the weapons are designed, the mechanisms for the weapons are designed properly, then just have fun.
Yeah, everybody's got a plan until they get hit in the mouth. Yeah.
Did Napoleon say that? Oh no, it was Tyson.
No,
right?
it was Mike Tyson. Yeah. Speaking of fun, Battles of Medieval Britain.
Those
books. Yes, I actually got on BGG, and they have counters.
Yeah, you can download counters, can't you?
Yep. So I've got it. I've got to play it. it might be going to Disney with me. I don't know, because when we go to Disney, if we have off time, I want something easy and small to do, and that would be great.
Tell you what, that little game that somebody designer sent me, Jorge.
Oh yeah, the yeah.
The tank thing, the single
Yep.
sheet thing, they've got counters printed for that on BGG, you know. And I got a nice thank you for him for doing that on the old YouTube. It's a little fun game. They're fun games. I've got the one that Kilroy did the other day, the submarine one. Is it the submarine? I've got it up there. It's a little book game, one of the Minton game books, you know. They're great.
Book games are becoming. Mike Lambo has got the formula down.
Yeah, them and the Worthington ones as well. But the thing with Mike's ones is they're put in a pocket there, don't they? They go in there like that. Whereas the Worthington
the ones I have for Mike are a little bit bigger. They're
full size. Are they?
Yeah.
All right.
Like the Battles for Medieval Britain, that's a full size, pretty much. So, and Mike says that's your fault, called for not cycling through your hand.
Shut up! It's not my fault.
Yeah, it'll be it'll be good, and kind of bringing it up. Don't forget on June 25th. I know we've got a lot of people, but I'm looking forward to. We have the War Room.
It'll be
and Whiskey Charlie. All 6 of us are gonna be on the same stream on the 25th. Yeah, let's drink heavily to that one.
Well, I've spoken to Kev about that, and he said, "What do you reckon?" I said, "I'm just going to sit there, get drunk, and shout at you." And he said, "I might join you, Ruff." He said, "So it's going to be mayhem, isn't it?"
It will be. Nobody will be able to get a word in edgewise because we're all going to talk over each other.
No. Well, I think Jester will get the ump, and he'll have. He said, "I've got some placards here that we have to, you know." Have to stop when I raise the red one. Everybody stop talking, and then I'll point at you, and then you'll have to. Yeah, it'll be like that.
We'll need. There we go. We got our moderator. We have to have our moderator for that one for sure.
We're not doing too bad though, Tone, are we? You know, we're being pretty okay about letting the other chap speak.
Oh, definitely. It's like we both want to say something. And we're like,
I'll just stop. You know. I think I do it just when I Jester. Don't tell him that.
There's that dead silence while we're waiting to figure out who's going to go next.
Yeah. Is it me or is it you? You know, yeah.
Do I talk now? But
so I'm just going to ask what are people playing at the moment? They know what we're playing. I've got Malta Besiege. What a game! What a great game! Which wasn't on my list of 10 if you've just joined, but I got it because Tweez got it and Stuka Joe did a playthrough. So I got it out, started playing it. I thought, you know what, this is fun. I'm going to video it. So shiny things, as Jester says, shiny things.
Craig, so, I can agree with you because the armor on the front is a lot better than that on the side and the back. So.
Yeah. yeah. But as a group, that's taken into account because some are pointing this way and.
Yeah, when you get it big enough, for sure, definitely. But yeah, if you're doing tank on tank, like in Panzer, yeah, you don't want to be exposing your sides to a direct shot for sure. But sometimes you got to.
You've got to, or you forget and then get told in the comments. Ruff, you could have turned that tank before you showed your side off. I went, But that's a great game, and people were so great telling me, gently. They were very gently and kind, saying, "Oh, love the playfield, but by the way, blah blah blah." And I'm going, "Oh, thanks for that." And it really helped me as I've played the game. It is a great game, Panzer. It's
I can see that. I can see that. I've got that one. I think I'll keep it and play it, but I don't know if I'll get the expansions. Now, MBT, on the other hand,
I'll probably get that as well.
That one I might have to get some of the expansions eventually. So, but I really want to play through it. And me and Bill finally, hey Bill, soccer season's over with, so we can finally sit down and play some MBT. So,
you're going to video it?
I don't know if we will. We'll see. We'll see where we have it and do stuff like that. But yeah, I'd like to do some videoing on that for sure. It's on my list of 10 to play, so MBT's on there.
Oh right.
So I'm trying to get. So I'm going to get. I'll be up to 4 once I get Panzer Grenadier going. so I'll kind of be back to on schedule. So,
Schedule, yeah.
schedule.
I'm up to 4. If I can get Panzer Grenadier, it won't be for a little while because I've got that, and then I've got to have a go at Hill of Doves because they kindly sent me one, so I've got to have a go.
Are you starting to get the rules down a little bit on that?
Yeah, it's a case of having a look on BGG, watching. I mean, Zilla Blitz did one, but even everybody that's done one, they've sort of skimmed over it. They've done it's not. I want to do a playthrough, yeah, but I want to make sure I got it down. So yeah, it's going to
There's
get on.
a story behind that, Charles. I bet there's a good war game story about that.
Yeah,
I guarantee that. Yeah, Bill, definitely. So we'll figure something out. The season's pretty much over, and Nelly's got one game left. But after that, school's over next week, term's over, so
I can't
wait.
So normally we have a thing to talk about, but we were far too lazy to think of anything. So you can either say something, or what are you playing? What you guys and girls playing in the chat at the moment?
So new house purchase should go close on the 25th. Awesome. Good job. Awesome. So hopefully mid-June I'll be set up in the new man cave and start playing again. Awesome.
Lucky person.
No, I'm happy with my little area here. Ruff, you just need to clean out the room.
I know.
I'm not saying it too loud. I don't. Yeah, the missus is right over there. Yeah. Have you shown her the credit card bill? Like, no.
No, she's got headphones on.
Oh, she's got her noise canceling ones on, I'm assuming too.
No, not noise cancelling, but if
it's close enough.
Close enough.
Yeah. Command and Colors Ancients. By the way, that's what, Mike? Okay, now I am jealous. That's half of the size of my first apartment.
That's a car park.
Why do you have trees growing in your cars? Where you park your cars? That's not good for the trees.
They're a bit damp. You want to see some of them? Oh, nasty.
Yeah.
Last I've got Command and Colors Ancients. I'm waiting. I could play it double-handed, but I'm waiting for the old CDG to turn. The old Stuka Joe.
Yeah. I got charged for that. So
yeah, I've been charged, and Red Storm. So
I didn't pick up Red Storm. That's on the list to go through. I've got the GMT site up here because there's some new stuff that they brought up that looks kind of interesting.
Well, they've got to stop doing that.
Well, I'm wondering. So they've kind of got David Thompson on their payroll now. So I wonder how many more games they're gonna.
As well as DBG, or instead of?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Oh.
Yeah. So David Whitehouse, Waterloo 20. Oh, yeah, that 20 series is really good.
Yeah.
Heroes of Stalingrad.
Ah, right. Is that the which one's that? That's is that an older game?
It must be, because I know they don't have Stalingrad for, like, I was thinking Lock and
Load. Isn't it? Because it sounds familiar. No, what is it? It's not. No, it's Heroes of the Motherland, isn't it? I'm thinking of silly sausage, right?
Normandy 44, then Avalon Hill D-Day. Yep, that time of year for sure.
Yeah, I've got to get these 44 or 40 games out. Combat
Command. Okay, Bill, this is our second game we play. So we play MBT and then we do Combat Commander because I really want to get into that. I've been watching a lot of that. Yeah, Patrick's Tactical Tactics and Tutorials has, is doing that scenario or campaign, their Stalingrad Battle Pack campaign. So that'll be interesting. With a Scot. So his opponent is a Scot.
Right. But there's the fan-made solo thing. That's why I've ordered it as well. But it's dragging its feet. You think everybody's going on about it. Oh, Combat Commander, they should reprint it. Then let me click the it's reaching up,
they're gonna you've pre-ordered all of the expansions. It's gonna be like Panzer all over again.
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
But I saw your video on that Blast Pop, and I know it's nearly here now, isn't it? Another couple of weeks, it's nearly here now.
I'll tell you though, it's really hard to do. I don't want to say it's hard, but the cards are not 5 cards do not fit on an A4 paper for you guys, or 8.5 by 11 for us.
Well, 8.5. It's weird. You're 8.5 and 11. I can't remember which way round it is, but one is shorter and the other bit's longer on an A4.
Oh yeah,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It's not quite, but yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. And the die, I don't want to make a special die up, on a nice.
Yeah. So, so the CG system, it's going to be nice to have those components for sure. I can't wait to get that. I've used the CDG on the tricorn, so the Command and Colors tricorn, which is a revolutionary fear. Loved it. It was great. It was fun. And although my Americans lost,
and because of that, I've ordered bloody Paths of Glory on the P500.
Yeah, I've got one. I think it's still in shrink.
Still in the shrink?
I think it's still in shrink. Yeah.
Send it to me. No.
Paths of Glory. It's not down there. It's on the.
That will be my first. My first
1, 2, 3 shelf. Yeah, that shelf. Paths of Glory. Is that in shrink?
Churchill. Yeah, I didn't get that. I didn't get that.
Oh no, I must have opened it just to get it off of shrink. Shrink. So
yeah, Williams ordered Churchill. I didn't get that. No.
Yeah. Bill had to resort. I bet you paid a pretty penny for some of those. I have a feeling you paid pretty penny for some of those.
Dennis,
I do know that they're really pushing to do that because of one. I think the solar system's not on that, but it's so popular, and they've got some more expansions for Combat Commander coming out.
Yeah, but come on, the base game's dragging up. But Dennis, what's he doing? He's painting zombies. Not very wargaming. Zombies.
Let's not start with zombies and stuff like that. So we've got the Long Road, which is World War III against zombies. Well, not just zombies, but other stuff. So
werewolves and things. Gareth's waiting for Baltic Red Storm, as am I.
Yep, that's interesting. Yep. So, matter of fact, here, let's do this. Let's I'm going to share screen.
Yeah, it didn't strike me as cup of tea. Yeah.
Okay, so we've got our P500s here. So this is that Zheng Ji, the Admiral of the Ming Voyages.
Yeah, I've ordered it. David Thompson.
I haven't yet. It will get there.
It's a purely solo game. So David Thompson, what more?
What's David Thompson? What are you expecting?
Yeah, what do you need? What more do you need to know? Don't look at that. That's just don't look at that. That's
it's test art map and stuff like that. It's playtest map.
Yeah, don't look at
that. William, I have not done a Most Fearful Sacrifice. Too many MFSs and stuff like that. So, but no, you definitely. Although they're meeples, they're 2 wooden fleet meeples.
Yeah, I'd like to have fun on the Tripoli game. I got sent. Great bits and pieces in that.
Yep. So highly suitable, low complexity. Hey, that sounds about right up my alley.
Right. But it's nice as a sort of refresher after you played something heavy to just crack out something, Yeah.
So
I think all coming out
at the printer. I do have quite a few of these at the printer.
Yeah, but only one's coming. There's a bit of a delay. I can't remember which one's turning up.
It's one I don't have, if I remember right. Let's see. Do they have the
email.
Here's the update. Let's pull up the update. And
there's the email. That's it. Right at the bottom.
I know I have to go through all this. Never mind. It's all cool stuff if you really want to read through it.
Yeah, it's okay. No, that's contests and
vassal ladders. If you do want to, I'll tell you what. So the Patrick's Tactical and Tutorials, he actually runs that vassal ladder for Combat Commander, and it's a good way to learn the game for sure. There's a dedicated Wing Leader website. Ooh, I'll have to check that out sometime.
Yeah, and there's a dedicated YouTube channel.
Is there really?
Yeah.
I did not know that there was a dedicated YouTube channel.
Wing Leader. He doesn't post often, but
Okay, so Elmaravid already have.
No, I cancelled that. Just don't. I don't know. Don't. Looks gorgeous, but
Yeah, I get you. I get you. Shipment. So the CDG Solo
yeah, I've
System,
got that.
Churchill, and Red Storm.
Yeah, that's already been charged.
Yep. And then
Ah,
Empire of the Sun. Did
yeah,
you got that one? I got that one when it was half off, when it was one of the half off sales, and I
yeah.
said, "Here, Karen, here's my Christmas presents."
Have you played it yet with the solo?
No, it is that one is still in shrink.
I mean, I've got, as you can see there, I've got Pacific War, and
It's
I'm twiddling about with it. But Empire of the Sun is the whole thing, which I'm looking
It may
forward
be
to.
on the bottom down there somewhere. Anyways, she's checking to see if what I've got. So Empire of Sun, yeah. So I've heard too much good stuff about it. I need to get it onto my table. So at sea, so they're on the boat, and I do have one of those.
Me,
That's
yeah,
it.
Great Battles of Julius Caesar.
Yep,
Yeah,
Great Battle of Julius Caesar. Yep,
got the
looking
amount of,
forward to that one.
it's a 3-inch box, Tone.
Don't worry about it.
It is.
Not a big deal. Yeah, I believe it. I mean, it's gonna have like 500 maps in it and like 500, 1,500 counters and
yeah. 3-inch box. It's a definite.
Yeah, I'll be able to remove one of my boxes to replace it. One of my 2-inch boxes with the 3-inch box, but now I don't have to buy the one I don't have, so that's kind of cool. So yeah, counter tracing. I might buy a few more white boxes. They're really good for the
mounted maps. That'd be good for.
Yeah, but I was thinking of my Panzer Grenadier, the extra modules.
Yeah, and Pacific War and things like that. You know, things with lots of bits.
Yep, and then you can just label them, print stuff off if you get print sections. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Levy and Campaign, but Plantagenet and War of the Roses seems more like. Oh yeah, it could be interesting. I think the Nevsky stuff's kind of cool. I'm kind of that's Eastern Europe, so I'm kind of interested in that area.
Yeah,
so
I'm not sure, but yeah.
Yeah.
So
the ones that are at the printer, quite a few of those. So we have Death Valley, the expansion we're getting. No, Fields of Fire. I think I want that one. I think I did get that one.
Yeah.
Musket and Pike dual pack. No.
And incidentally, talking about that, we have the designer on next week.
Oh yeah, that's right. We do. Yep.
Yeah, Ben Hull is on the show next week.
For both of those. Well, Ben Hull did
Ben Hull and Fields of Fire.
Yeah. And so and then enough copies of Accursed Civil War to fill the P500 reprint orders for it, because I think isn't Accursed Civil War actually in? I think it's in that Musket and Pike dual pack.
The two, yes, you've got
so they have a few that just wanted the one. So
because the Accursed is a separate game. Yeah.
Now I know. Tweez actually played the PQ-17, so I wonder if that's an interest for him. But I know he went through and purged a lot of the pre-orders. So
yeah, he had an epiphany.
Yeah, I actually kind of did too after watching him. I'm like, you know what? There's some games in here that I don't know if I'll actually really want to get into.
Well, that's why I cancelled. I cancelled. You know, the Almoravid. Yeah, cancelled that. I was going to get it.
Yeah. Now you're getting Skies Above Britain, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got that one because that's a good system. That's a good system.
It's not completely. It's a different outlook on the two Skies and Storms Above the Reich games. Slightly different way of playing it.
Charles does ask, any hints on Across the Boog River?
I don't know. Have you watched me videos? What is it you want to know?
Make sure your wrist is good for rolling dice.
There's a lot of dice. People moan. You know, it's a great. I like it, and I'm lucky that VUCA like me and they send me the games, and I'm pleased because I fell in love with Archon. That was one of the first games I ever got sent, and that was my first Hex and Counter game I ever played on the channel, a proper Hex and Counter game, and fell in love with it. I played it completely, probably, wrong, but Boog, What tactics? Don't ask me about tactics. I just move things. I just move things. But yeah, it's if you're having problems with it, let me know. And not that I'm an expert, but yeah, it's a great system. And the new one, the Operation
Theseus, right?
Theseus, yeah, it's an old. They're all old games. I think VUCA take these games, revamp them, add bits and pieces. Theseus is an old game from the 90s, designed by.
That's Greece, right? Or
no, that's North Africa.
No, oh, really? Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I was thinking of something else. I was thinking of the one game that you got from Denmark about, like invading Denmark or something like that.
Yeah, that's Finland. Yeah. But anyway, but it's Triumphant Fox, I think, was the original game, and they've sort of vamped it up, did the counters better, as they did with Arkan. Arkan was another game. Not sure about Boog River, but what they've done is added those chits that you pull for combat, so that makes the replayability fantastic. Because you pick a chit.
But you play one game, it takes forever. Are you really going to want to play it again? That's the
yeah. I've played it again. It's not a great game for videoing, because unless you do AARs, and I'm not a great fan of AARs, especially if I do an AAR and Charles is looking to see how to play it, and you do an AAR. I said, right, let's play turn 1. Right. And in turn 5, what I did was, you think, hello, what's going on? Hey, hold on. So, Kev and Mo had problems with it, because they picked the daft buggers, picked the biggest scenario. And I know, you see, having played Arkan, I know that it can go on a bit. So I picked the shorter one for my one, and even I only went through the first turn, because you've got activations. And then you've got, when you do something, the other side go, hold a minute, I'm starting now, I'm hold on, and you can intervene. And it takes time. A lot of dice throwing. Combat system is really cool, though. So,
good tactics are learned by losing first, then winning. Bad tactics can unfortunately survive your inadvertent first victory as bad as future bad. Yeah, if you win your first game of anything, you either got lucky. I'm not going to say completely, because some people can just have the good idea for tactics. But
some people are
definitely learn. Yeah. If you lose, you definitely learn what not to do.
Yeah.
So, going to the printer.
Just to finish off with Charles. If you haven't got it, it's up to you to get it. If you've got it, get it out and play it. Move it about. It's a good game.
Mike says Skies of Britain is very different, but very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get the so I've got Storm Above the Reich, or Skies Above the Reich, but I didn't get the other one.
Well, I've ordered the first one because I missed out on it last time. I've got Storm Above the Reich.
Yeah, so you didn't get Skies Above the Reich. Okay.
No, I've ordered it when it gets reprinted. And Skies Above Britain, I think it's Jerry and another designer. So which is why it's got this twist, which is great. And we've got Jerry White on the show as well next month. So we've got all the big boys coming on, and girls.
Yep. So going to printer in June, I'm looking forward to like one of these, which is Banish the Snakes. I'm kind of curious on that one.
I think I ordered it because you did, and it's solo as well, and it looks a fun, easy game to play. So
yeah. I think in the dominant, I might want to get into Dominant Species. I don't know. I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, again,
it's a Chad Jensen game. I
mean, no, that's Command. Combat Commander.
Colored, yep. Yep. So, and then we have a bunch in Final Art, which the one I'm really looking forward to is the one I've been working on with Mike and stuff like that, which is the Mr. President. I'm looking forward to seeing that. It's also your coin game that they made just for you, Ruff, is in Final Art.
I'm hoping that's the one. If that makes me happy, I'll be happy, and that'll be my only coin game.
It looks they made it just for you. Just for you.
Yeah.
Battle of the White Plains, though. I do have that one I'm looking forward to as well.
Just called.
So I already have Sekigahara, so I'm not too worried about that. That's kind of a fun game. That's something we could play sometime. And I'm not worried about.
I've also ordered last 100 yards, the first volume again. I'm quite happy to wait for it.
I have too many tactical systems.
No, you can't. Do you know how many tactical systems you want? Just one more. Yeah,
I know. More. Just one more. So GMT's looking pretty good on that. Compass, actually, I just got an email as we were on saying that the pre-orders are up for Enemy Action Kharkov.
Oh, I looked at the prices, and it's a good price, but then you add the postage on, and I might as well wait till it gets over here.
Yeah,
there's no real difference.
Yeah, I that one I want because I like the topic a little bit better than the Ardennes. I was okay passing on. Like I wanted it because it was solo, but now I'm looking at topics.
You can play both sides, and you can do two-handed.
Yep.
You know, it's like RAF Britain. You can play both sides, and you can play two players. Brilliant.
Oh, it's charger. Okay, charged. Okay, cool. Yeah, that one's not too bad on the price because I know what you get in that box. It's like $82 over here. And I know you're going to be like annoyed, but it's only $15 shipping.
Yeah, but it's like
400.
I think what does it cost here? Well, let's have a quick look what it would cost for us poor geezers over in this part of the world. It's probably going to be even more for Europe, but the computer's decided to have a tea break. We'll wait for that to come up. Yeah, and I think it's it's in over the 100. And our shipping is about a tenner, because it's quite a heavy game. So
so I'm looking forward to that one. That'll be a fun one to get out and get playing. I'm looking forward to that one for sure.
I'm looking at combat. Now over here they've got the second volume of combat and second chance games, but you need the first volume to play the second volume. So I've got to get the first volume. So
yeah, I know they've got that set up to redo. I do know that. That was one definitely that they were setting up for redoing again on that one. Where's that one at? But yeah, so looking forward to that one. Lock and Load Publishing, I tell you what, they're starting to do the P500 type thing now too as well, so that's pretty cool.
That's on Game Found.
Yeah, Game Found. I think I have to look at the difference, but I have a feeling that Game Found is mainly set up for board games or for games, and not like Kickstarter's set up for anything. You can do anything. Yeah. Trust me. I ordered a book system or 4 books from pre-order to pre-order 4 books for a series. So which is a fantasy series that Brian Sanderson. So you can get anything like that.
Game Found is games. I've ordered that one because I can't resist. It's got his picture on the front of it. How can I resist it? Bless him. And
I'll just politely ask for a prototype copy. No, I'm just kidding. I
support the company. They've been good
Lock
to
and
me.
Load Tactical is strictly going to be more modern. I'm interested in the Grenada. Actually, that's the one that I'm really interested in. One of the ones coming out for Lock and Load Tactical is the Heroes of Grenada, because there's not much gaming on that. There's not much out there on that.
No. And I'm looking forward to the next World at War. Having Keith on the other week. Looking forward to that. That's in their newsletter. It's like silly, stupid. That's how much it costs to come over here.
Yeah, so I'm definitely getting away from post and doing. I used to want to do USPS because it was cheaper. Now UPS is cheaper for us over here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I saw that. That was one thing I was going to talk about, William, but you beat me to it. Is like, hey, at least they're coming out and saying, hey, these are the prices. You take a look and fit what's best for you. Because sometimes it's really hard to know what those prices are going to be. So so I do appreciate them doing that. But yeah, for Lock and Load, I'm looking forward to seeing the full version of Point Blank, but I've got it. But I'm looking forward to seeing what
I couldn't afford that, and also I wanted the Lock and Load Tactical, but I couldn't afford the add-ons because isn't it? But I'm getting I've ordered the core game, so
definitely. Which gives you all the new rules and everything.
They've got
like
solo
that.
assistant in there as well, which I'm not sure if it replaces the other one or it's just one for that module.
I can't remember. I remember
wasn't
hearing
sure.
something about that. If OG's in, he can tell us if he's still still watching. If he can let us know, because
is it just for that module? Because things happen in that module that don't happen in other things.
Yeah. So I mean I know they were talking, because when they were talking about the solo assistant for Blood and Fury, or Fury is Blood and Fury. When we had Keith Trachton on last week.
You use the same old thing, don't you?
Yeah, but he said they've tweaked it. You don't have to change it, but they've tweaked it.
Yeah,
so.
Some cars they've took. You don't have to have it.
Yeah, but you don't have to have it. So I wonder if this is like, it gives you a few things, or if it's a full solo system for that module. Yeah. What's the solo system? The solo system in the Bitter Harvest game, is it for just that game, or is it an update solo system for all of the Lock and Load Tactical? That's what we're asking. Of course, it'll be delayed.
yeah. We can chat when Dev gets back with it. We'll let peeps know, or we'll know. Well, peeps in the chat will read it, can't they? What am I talking about?
Yeah. So MMP's pre-order, they've got an interesting game, that the Crown and Crescent, which is the Angola game, which I have not played, but I've heard really good things about.
Everybody raves about it, but it needs about 20 people to play it. So it needs 3, 4, 5 people to play it, I think.
Yeah,
which is a shame, because I went, and
yeah, but this is, so the Crown and Crescent is all about South Carolina,
and the
Revolutionary War. So that's got me. It's technically just for Bitter Harvest game. It's let me put it up here.
Right, put it up for peeps.
Yeah, it's technically just for the BH game. It's based on the previous Lock and Load tactical system, but it's more geared for the fight. Okay, yeah. So like you were with specific right now. So that's cool.
But it's included anyway. So
we've also updated the flow charts and tweaked some of the AEO cards. Okay, cool. So you get that, and you get that with that game. So that's pretty cool that it comes with it, because it's specific.
Yeah.
I don't see much. There's a new Storm Over Jerusalem for MMP for pre-orders, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, that I've heard so much about Angola. I have not played it, but
everybody raves about it. And Kev watched his premiere when he was talking about going to the Consim Expo, and he played it. He loves the game. But again, it just, for me, Billy No Mates, if I was over in your part of the world, I can just phone up anybody and go, come on, you need 3 or 4 people, let's go play Angola. But it's based on that, so it's probably not.
Your country's this big. How can you not just call somebody up?
Not many people. They all play these little lead things that they
So miniatures is kind of the easier thing to get people to play.
As far as I'm aware, miniature. When you say wargaming to somebody, they think, "Oh, what, the little miniature soldiers?" And I think that's more prevalent. And most of the better miniature makers are British. So. But I think that's what it is. Yes, of course there are people that push cardboard about like me, but not.
I'm just ragging you.
I know,
I'm just giving you the Mickey on that one there.
Taking the Mickey. Oh, yeah.
I'm just giving you Mickey on that one.
Is that another phrase you've nicked from us?
Yep. I've nicked it from you particularly.
Oh, right.
You keep saying it, so, I nicked it from you for sure. So, but yeah, no, it's really interesting to see, and it was actually Tweezers brought up during his video when he was kind of culling some stuff. He's like, is there too many war games out there? I hate to say yes.
Yes, but
yes. But I probably have more games than I could ever play.
I wish GMT would take a year off and play and just produce 18xx games for a year, because then I can take a time out there and start playing some games. But they're not going to do that.
And the problem is, and we've talked about, is the FOMO. Like, you're worried you're not going to get it, and it's going to go out of print, and then if you want it, then you're going to have to pay like way more than you probably should pay for it. It's just one of those things. Yeah. So, but
that's here. It's nearly sold out. I understand, and am I going to play it? I am going to piddle about with it, but I'm going to enjoy piddling about with it. It's not going to be a game that, you know, I'm going to video and do loads of video. I'm just going to enjoy
looking at it on the shelf.
Mucking about with it, just setting up the little map and mucking about with it. Shut it. So, you know.
My biggest issue was when we were teaching from home because of the pandemic. I was in my other room over here where 90% of my games are, and I'm sitting here teaching. All my games are on the shelf right here. I was staring at them all day, and I'm like, I want to get something out and play, but I can't.
I love the way you're focused on your students. Yeah, you're like this. And today we're talking about. I must get that out and play that.
Yes. I should really play that one next. Yeah.
Yeah, rotter. But we're all the same. But yeah, are there too many games? I think so. And some people say, thank goodness we can pick and choose. But terrible. I can't pick and choose. I go, oh yeah, click. Yeah, I'll have that. It's thank goodness that Compass don't do a P500 with a sort of friendly Euro chart. It's still expensive, but it's not like what Compass charge. Thank goodness, because you know I'd be going click on them and all.
You'd be getting a lot more.
Oh, geez, yeah. It's this hobby is, and I've only come back into it in the last sort of 3 or 4 years. My channel is 3 years old come July.
So is it really that it?
Moving past, yeah. That'd
be 2019.
2019. Yeah, 2 years. Yeah, 3 years in July.
3 years in. It seems like you've been on for a lot longer than that.
And now I'm going to take that as a compliment, not as a sort of like you.
No, it just seems like you've been a part of our community for so long.
I've been very lucky that with subscribers and people liking the stuff. I've been very lucky meeting guys and girls like people in the chat and you and Jester that have put my face always in the front there. So yeah, I've been lucky, and I've had many hobbies over the years. I've played games most of my life and dabbled with war games many years ago. But this thing has got me by the old grape nuts, and it's weird. It's weird.
Well, it was interesting.
Even the wife says, chop and change. This thing has been going like this, and it's weird. But you guys help.
You found that hobby that really just fits.
I've always, and I don't know why I didn't do it earlier, I've always loved history, always loved Second World War history, but I never clicked the two together. Even when my father started playing war games, it never clicked. But now it has, of course. It's like a passion, and it's just, with people like that, and subscribers, and you guys, and all the other YouTubers that you get to know, because it is a family. Everybody knows everybody else. Everybody knows everybody else's business. It's like a little village. It's like a little English village with one pub, and we all meet in the pub, and it's all us meeting in the pub on a Saturday night, and it's just talking.
We need virtual reality to do that, so we could all just go to some place and actually make it feel like we're right next to each other.
Yeah. It's God help if I ever get over there. I'll be coming around cuddling everyone. I can't help it. All you guys, I'll find you.
Gareth says that. Yeah, well, it's hard too here. I mean, unless you live in a major metropolitan area. I mean, I got lucky because Bill's just about 45 minutes away. Yep. I got my daughter, which we're getting into, so that's pretty cool as well.
I'm still working on my boy, chipping away.
How old is your boy again?
He's 14. He turned 14.
He's going to be 15 in November.
Yeah.
So you can say, well, Tony's daughter plays with him.
He likes the older lady. He likes the older lady. Yeah.
When did he turn 14?
May the 11th.
Oh, so he just turned 14.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm still chipping away. Yeah, still chipping away.
Yeah, I do too. Well, it's to the point where like
No.
I'm kind of ready to start playing and videoing more than
How
actually like
can
doing unboxings.
guys?
But like I like to have the unboxings to do at least once or so.
Well, if you're going to do unboxings, fine, they're still in shrink wrap. But how can you have a game still in shrink wrap? The first thing I want to do when I get a new game is I've got to make a video because I want to open the thing and clip it. I don't know. It's just how can you have them on the shelf shrink wrapped?
Well, the nice thing is, yeah, I know I don't have. I think I have like a couple on my shelf shrink wrapped, and then I've got a couple down here that are. Yeah, that's the Napoleonics commands and colors. That was another here, Karen. That's my Christmas present.
Oh, right. But Harold, get them out. Clip them. If you clip them, get them out and smell the new game smell.
Oh, William says, "What's the driving age in UK?"
47. Because we drive on the wrong side of the road, you see. No, it's 17.
Oh, it's 17. Okay, ours is 16. So,
God.
yes, I am a year and a couple of months from her driving.
And you teaching her? You're going to take her out in the
Oh,
car?
nope. I don't have the patience. I already know that.
They always say that, don't they? I've got all the patience in the world for my students and people that ask me questions, if it's wargaming or whatever, all the patience in the world, but nah, not your family. No.
No, my wife's already like, no, you're going to scare her and yell at her. I know you will. And I know I will too, because that's just me.
But if
I
somebody
have
else said,
all the
Tony,
patience.
but if somebody else said, wasn't family, said, Tony, can you take me out and give me a couple of this? You go, yeah, sure, yeah, you'll be fine. Aren't you doing well? Lovely. Indicate here, blah, blah, blah. So yeah. But your daughter going, gee, and I know it'd be the same with my son. I'd be going, oh, yeah, terrible, yeah. Yeah, best not.
Yeah,
Too.
no, luckily my wife has that patience, so
yeah. That's all I drive.
Well, your guys' cars are like this big though, like because you can't drive a
Tell you
big
what,
car.
I watch these films from like the 70s. They've got these they're like the size of a house, and when they put their foot down, the front lifts up and the squeals, and you just pull away gently and the wheels squeal. Love it. We wouldn't get down the country lanes.
Yeah.
You just wouldn't.
No,
Yeah,
and another car coming up. Yeah, so I get
tough.
why you guys have to have small cars. You guys don't have roads wide enough.
No, also, if we had cars as big as that, we'd get to one end of the country, in like a couple of hours, and that'd be no good at all. We'd be going, this is not a very big country.
I'm still jealous that you guys can get to other parts of your country. Like you can go from one end of the country in less than a day. From one end to the other. Yeah.
Yes.
What did you say about 6 hours? Now is that
I don't know, from John O'Groats to Land's End, which is down the southwest, to John O'Groats, which is up the top in Knocky Newland, our friends in Scotland. I suppose 6 hours, 8 hours, I don't know.
Jeez.
I've never driven.
Doesn't it take us like 14 hours just to get like halfway?
You have to keep your eyes open when you drive in this country, otherwise you fall in the sea.
Yeah.
And it's even worse going across.
Oh yeah. That's like 3 hours.
That's
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah, that's nothing. Yeah.
It takes longer to get from the north. So I live in Ohio, and I know that doesn't mean anything to you guys, but literally it takes me 4 hours to go from the top where I live to the bottom of the state. It takes 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah, your state then, we could probably fit in many states. Oh, bless us. Yeah, bless us. We could probably fit in lots of other states. Go, oh, look, is that United Kingdom again? Where can we fit? Oh, it goes in there. Look, we've still got plenty of room. So, yeah, bonkers. Your country, Canada, another bonkers country. Just too much stuff.
Well, Canada's mostly frozen most of the year anyways. So.
Yeah, it's a bit cold because Dan goes on about it. We know it's cold there. So he's got icicles off his nose there. We know it's a bit cold.
He's done that one where he takes hot water out and throws it up in the air and it just disappears.
Just weird. No, we get cold over here. Well, mainly wet. But it's no, it's no good.
Can drive 8 hours due west all day and still be in North Carolina. Yes, North Carolina is so long. I agree. So it's bad. So.
Yeah, 8.5. Yeah, about 8.5. Yeah.
Yep. So 8.5. I'm like part of the way to Florida. like for me, that's that we go down to Asheville, North Carolina. It's 8 hours. So
But that's why you fly everywhere.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so-
crazy. But
So I do have. So I teach geography. That's one of the subjects I teach. So I got one of those proper maps where it shows the proper like size of them, like the actual size. Because if you look like a normal map, it looks like Greenland's as big as like Brazil or South America, and it's not even close. So
no,
it actually has the correct proportions. And I look at Europe, and then I look at the United States. I'm like going, you could fit like 2 of those in the United
I
States.
know, that's Europe. But try it with Russia; they'll get the ump. That's a bit big.
Yes, yeah, Russia, no. Europe, Russia, yes. You know, once you hit the Urals, that's a different story because that's Asia. So, but Europe part of Russia, yeah. So yeah, 12 hours top to bottom in the state. Yep. Oh yeah, Ireland. Yeah, I can throw stuff from one country.
Yeah,
listen,
we love them.
I have been to Ireland, and I did, and you really know how small that is when you start in Dublin, and all of a sudden you're running into the sea.
Yeah,
on the other side. Yeah, so
but of course,
Dublin once.
With our Irish brethren, and us, in Britain here, when you're there, it's not small. Yeah, it's big. So yeah, it's all relative, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's one of those things that I think it would be fun to live in a smaller country, and you can get around a lot easier because your trains go all over, no problem. So like, I wouldn't mind that because I could go someplace on a train and relax and enjoy the ride.
Well, you have to get off, especially if it's a little bit. You have to change onto a branch line, maybe. Change from a main station onto a smaller line. But yeah, you can get to most places. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's they tried to do that here. The problem is you need like the bullet trains to get anywhere of any distance.
Yeah, we've got fast trains, but you think take your time. We don't want to get there before we start. Take your time. We're fine.
I do love when I watch the British shows. I do love the country, which I love the country here in the United States. I like to get away from. I'm not a big metropolitan guy.
But it's something about
country life.
There's something about British and Irish countryside. It's just green. It's different. It's just different. It's I think, and I'm biased, I know. Yeah, we're not talking about that. We're talking about countryside, Gareth. Talk about the countryside. Our lovely countryside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I come there, we would have to go what is it? Where is? I'm trying to think. I think in your neck of the woods, Essex, and if you get away from,
I live in Essex.
Yeah, isn't that like?
It's southeast.
So Midsummer Murders was filmed in I think, isn't that area?
It's more sort of Hampshire way game.
Oh.
Midsummer Murders. What sort of fictional county is it set in? It's sort of Hampshire way. Yeah, it's sort of Hampshire. That's the posh bit.
Yeah.
That's why they're all posh.
Yeah. But it's and I know it's probably one of those things that it's probably more of a stereotype than an actual what it really is like. But I want to.
They are really like that.
Oh, are they really?
Yes.
Where you once you get out of the towns, you're the stranger going through.
Oh God, it happens. Yeah, if you go into we've done it before when we played in sort of out the way places when I used to be gigging and doing the clubs and things. We'd walk into a pub in a little village and it'd be all bustling. We go, oh, this looks nice in here. We walk in and it'd go quiet. It's a bit like the American Werewolf in London.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You're not from round these parts, are you? And yeah. Oh, you can't sit there. That's old Eric's chair. You think, oh, God. So yeah, it is a bit like that. Strange, because everybody knows everybody else's business. That's why I said this is like a little English village with the pub. And we're all sitting there because everybody knows their business and everybody's friends and everything. So but there are places like
My
that.
thing is when I'm watching those shows, a lot of times I'm they go into the big estates that are out and around, and I'm like, oh, that would be a great war room. I could set up a big table, have lots of games. That's how I view these. If we watch House Hunters or something, I'm like, oh, that would make a great war room.
Well, of course, we are having the West Wing done up. and that's what's
Yeah.
taking the time. So when that's done, be palatial, yeah.
Yes, yeah. But I'm always like, wouldn't it be cool to have because I've seen it. Well, I think in France they have one of their war game conventions. Is one of the old medieval castles, or
Yeah,
So I'm like, you're playing games surrounded by it's just the
livery and
ambiance has to
tags
be.
and things. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I
I
would
have to
like.
make do. I have to make do with the bottom of the living room. So there we go. But
Yeah, I'm in a dungeon if you think about it.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I'd love
Yeah.
my own little room where you can lock the door, get the beer out, and play a game, and brilliant. No,
Unfortunately, I can't really lock the door because it's.
no,
the
I didn't
basement
mean
door,
that
but
because
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
they think,
Yeah.
what's Dad up to? He's locked the door. So,
Let us.
but that's by the by. Yeah, it's getting back to it. It's just I've been too many games. Yes, thank goodness. In some ways, oh no, in other ways. So
Yeah, the problem is a lot of us are completionists or collectors more than players. I'm trying to be more of a player than a collector now.
I'm not a collector. I just can't get. I'm trying to get through the games.
You're more of a completionist. So
I do if I like the Panzer. Yeah, I thought why not? I'm going to do it, and I'm glad I did because that's going to last me a lifetime, and I may even get it back on the channel on a semi-regular basis, like Atlantic Chase. I don't want 10 games to play next year because I want to just play what I want to play. But I'll do my best.
Yes.
Oh, that caused a bit of mayhem. Yes.
Oh yeah.
I went. We don't like your type in here, sir. Because Randy over here means something different. If you don't realise.
Yeah.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, all of us have watched Austin Powers. I guarantee all of us have watched Austin Powers. So we kind of have that. We get a lot of our British terms from Austin Powers.
One of the worst British accents I've ever heard, but it's a bit like Dick Van Dyke, So.
Oh yeah, being the chimney sweep in London. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so true. Yeah. We don't like strangers. But there you go.
But no, it's and the community is so great. It really is. It's fun,
unbelievably great. Yeah.
Yeah, they're so welcoming. I'm glad I found you, I found Jester. I've got a group that I play with that I found online that's really cool with Mitch and stuff. It's so neat because you can really find not only this niche, but what are you interested in wargaming, and there's a niche for those people, so you can be in a niche or would you stop? Did you hear her?
No, what'd she say?
She just said, isn't it pronounced niche?
Niche, that's what I would have said, but because you're American, you see, I thought they'd go niche. That's one of, what a niche is? That's one of those little gremlin things that's a cross between a gremlin and a gnome that you find in these sort of fantasy game. Niche.
Oh, I can't believe my own daughter's correcting me about a niche. Okay.
Niche. You used the word previously before, and I was like, is this a different word, or is he just getting it mixed up?
I didn't pull him up on it because I thought, schedule.
Anyways, I was trying to be polite, and then she insults me. So hey,
I corrected you. I didn't insult you.
Exactly, you corrected me, so that's an insult.
It's not an insult.
It is when it's your daughter that's.
All right, steady. We don't want to domestic.
No, but that's like we were talking about. The community is so great. It's so welcoming. I know we have a few people that give us a bad rap, unfortunately.
There's any group of people.
Yeah.
You'll never find a worse one though than jazz musicians. I think I mentioned this before. They are yes.
Aren't you a jazz musician?
I've done most things. I've done most genres in my life and played in most types of bands and done most types of gigs. But this lot, of course you're going to get a few. As Kev has wanted to say, he's been called one, the notorious a-hole.
Oh,
so you do get a few of them.
You either like him or you either love him or you hate him, and he's that Kev.
No, it wasn't going to go at Kev. I'm just using. There are some of those people in this community that would be that.
Would that be? Yeah, yeah. I don't think he needs that moniker. He
no,
is
I think yeah. But the thing about Kev is somebody's called him that, and he's turned it on itself, and now everybody calls him that, and it's funny.
It's funny, yeah.
He turned it on its side, turned it on its head. But yeah, there's always a few people. I get them, commenting, and you just go, yeah, okay. But generally speaking, everybody is lovely, and I love you all, and there's nothing you can do about it.
And you're going to get a hug if Ruff ever runs into you.
Good grief. Yeah, if I ever find Gareth and David, and the other guys in this country, don't worry. I've given Tweez a hug already because we've met up. So watch out.
And now he's got the restraining order against Ruff to make sure that
yes, the court case.
You can only play over Vassal now because of that.
Yeah, the court case didn't go well, but it's yeah, it's great. It's great, and I love it. And I wish I had more time to play games, but there we go. I'm churning them out as quick as I can. Yep. So what are you playing next? I'm gonna play the Panzer Grenadier. That's set up and ready to go. I think I have a few trucks I need to clip real quick, just so they look nice. But yeah, Panzer Grenadier is my next one. I'm thinking instead of using like the fire, since facing doesn't matter on that, I'm thinking about using, instead of the fire and move markers, just like twisting them upside down, so that way I just don't have a map full of fire and move markers towards the end. Yeah, a bit like World at War sort of thing, 85, where you can put the see, I am a plopper on with the fire and move, but I do the old cheaty thing where I say, well, let's remove the fire and move markers, and then pause it, take them off, and then.
Oh God, yeah. I'll never like, watch me pull all these.
It's the same with the ops complete in Nations at War and that. Yeah. But I do like to plop them on for my own benefit. You know
what? The maps are big enough. I might be able to like plop them next to it, because I kind of like the idea of having them a little bit more. People can see them a little bit.
Yeah, on a group, if you've activated the group sort of thing, with the cascading leader thing, which is great.
I love that part of the game. The leader activations.
Where to put your guys, and you think, if I put him there, then that colonel can do that major, and that major can do the captain. It's great.
I will tell you though, I do have to find out how to pronounce their ranks, because the Slovakians they put the Slovakian ranks, like the actual what they are called.
Well,
so I really want to learn how to pronounce them.
Well, I'll tell you the rough way of doing it. The rough swordsman way of doing it is you will Google it, make a little list, and then say that one means captain.
Oh, I don't have to do that. They've actually in the module module.
Yeah, they've done it in this one for the TTs.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's already done, but I would still like to pronounce it if I can. If it sounds like something I can't pronounce, I'll be like, yep, no, I'm not going to do that, because I'll make it worse.
I try my best, and I say apologies for my pronunciations, and people do. I get comments on my pronunciations. They say, "Oh, you did make me laugh, Ruff, with your pronunciation of whatever it was." I'll try. I say it gets better. It gets better as I go down, because I did a Google Translate and click the speaker, and that's how you say it, right? But
so that's what's on the table right now. I've got it all set up and ready to go too. So I've been just trying to figure out how to plan. Hey, Tweezers finally comes in.
This is where
we've said his name enough that he finally jumps in.
Yeah. That I've got a thing to say, Tweez. Sorry. I saw started your playthrough of Malta Besieged and Stuka Joe's Malta Besieged, and I've got it. I'm videoing it at the moment. I hope that's all right. It won't go up till. Well, I can put it off if you want me to, because I know you're doing your playthrough. If you want me to put it off until you finished yours, I'm quite happy to. But I'm videoing it for whenever. So as long as if you want to put it off, I will. Because I'm that type of chap. It's not, it's not right as if he's doing a playthrough. Yeah, blue tweezers. No, he gave me a pair. And he was giving them away. He was giving them away at the convention that I meant to go to. What's that? Looks like a tuning fork.
They're
No,
red tweezers.
yeah,
I'm trying to
but
trigger blue. I'm trying to trigger blue.
they've got no twisty pointy bit on it. I've seen you use them. You're struggling, and I can hear the swear words under your breath. You haven't muted it enough because you're going because they haven't got the little pointy bit down.
Yeah, the only thing is that these ones don't do the half-inch Nations at War counters very well.
Why?
They're not wide enough. So, like, I can fit the black ones here.
You know what you do? I do what I did to mine. You bend them.
I've tried that. It's still.
Because mine were like the same.
Okay, so blue has finished his playthrough.
I'll get yours out of the way, and then I'll start uploading mine if that's all right. Because it's just brilliant. I've had great. As I explained to everybody earlier, Tweez, you got it, I got it. You know, I got it. I got it out and had a little playthrough and that, and I went, do you know what? This is great fun. I might as well video it while I'm enjoying myself. So
it's got to be a pretty quick video too.
No,
or it could be. It could be a quick video depending on how.
Quick video. I mean, Tweez is doing like 10, 20-minute videos. I mean, you've got what is it? 15 cards to get through in the first epoch, and yeah. My first video is half an hour. This next video is going to be, I'm going to try and finish the first epoch. I think I'd have 2 videos per epoch.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
Like 6 videos.
Oh, well, and you take a little extra time on that too.
That's if I get through all the decks.
Yeah. That game can go, like, I hate putting, like, turn numbers on my video, like, ads, because I don't want them to know if it ends or not most of the time.
Well, you're gonna, because I go, where's Epoch 3? Well, didn't make it.
Yeah. Well,
I want to ask you how you got on,
unless there's a set number of turns, I hate putting like finale unless there's a set number of turns.
I only do that when it does finish. When I know you've finished, you know, you've either won or you lost, you know, but you've gone through the whole thing.
Because it was like when I did the Battle of Killiecrankie, it's supposed to be a 10-turn scenario. Killiecrankie. And I'm probably mispronouncing that.
No, I don't think you are. Okay, the new.
Really?
Yeah, Killiecrankie. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah. Not being a Scotsman, but that sounds good to me.
Yeah. I don't know, but it's Scottish. So I think it was named on a dare, like most Scottish stuff.
They are what they are. See, the Killiecrankies, what they are a comedy duo from Scotland. They're a man and wife team, actually, and the wife is actually quite short, so she dresses up as a schoolboy, and that was their act. You see, it was like the sort of father figure and the schoolboy, the Killiecrankies, yeah.
So that's supposed to be a 10-turn scenario. They won on turn 7. Yeah, I'm just ignoring that and moving. I
know
on.
if you won't know unless you know. Yeah, all right.
I have to look it up now. Now I have to look it up and that. But so I don't like to put the numbers on or like if it's a finale, because I don't want everybody to know that it's over with. I want them to watch it and see it all the way through and then see if they win. But it's kind of like, but then I'm kind of like, well, maybe if I told them it's done, they could figure out if it did win.
You try and hide it, don't you? But sometimes when you do a 50-minute video, a 50-minute video, an hour and 10-minute video, 45-minute video, and then a 10-minute video, they've got an idea, don't they? They don't. It didn't go too well, did it, Ruff? You know, so.
Yeah. So what do you guys? So you were taught. So you're going to be getting up.
I'm going to be
that one.
Finishing that just to get it in the can. I think is the correct term. And then wait for Tweez to get his up, and you know, and let that settle, and then I can post it. But if I can get that done, that gives me a bit of time to faff about. Is another expression for you. Faff about with Hill of Doves, because I want to do that, and I want to try and do it okay, because as I say, people that have done it have done a sterling job, but some have just done the setup and left it, and Zilla Blitz did a good thing, but it was like a sort of extended, if you like, AAR of a week.
He didn't actually do like the actual plays through.
He did a bit, you know, and it's. But I want to do the thing to completion, you know, to either the Boers win or the Brits, who didn't win. But I can understand why it's not been done. It's a challenge. It's yeah, for whatever reason. So if I can get this out the way, I could spend a little time on Hill of Doves. Then after that, I can get back. I've got Operation Theseus to do, because they kind enough sent me that, and that just looks great. I know. Okay, they sent me the games. I love the games, and I'm glad they sent me the games because, as I said, that was the first Hex Encounter game I did. And when I started, they contacted me and said, "Can we send you a game?" So, and I went, "Yeah," and that was Archon, Crossing the Line Archon. And I struggled with it, and I thought, you see, I've got an unboxing of it. It was gorgeous, and I was hooked. And they, luckily, they send me the games, and I love them. So I need to do Theseus just to say thank you, and I enjoy it anyway. But the thing with them, they listen to people, and as the series goes on, they sort of improve things. And if you watch the Theseus unboxing, they've added stuff on the player aids to make it easier for people to follow, which weren't on the ones before. And I don't know if it's down to me, because on the Boog River, when I play it, when I did a battle, I took the pieces off and put little cubes to remind me where they were. So I could come back and find a clear space of map, zoom in and do the combat there and show people how it worked with the chits. And then I can put them back where the cubes were. They've now, I'm not sure if it's because of me, I like to think it is, but probably not. They've got little battle counters now for the attacker and for the defender. Okay. So when you take it off, you put these counters on. I know a lot of games have the battle counter, but they've got one for the attackers and one for the defenders, like I did with my two little cubes.
Oh, so you know where it's coming from. So you know where
because they're not in the same hex, they're adjacent. So you need to know which one. Yeah. I just like to think that was because of me, but probably not. But they're improving it all the time. So I've got Theseus to do. It's got mines and things like that in it. You have to either move through them or get rid of them. So, and then after that, well, I'm not sure. I think I might do Panzer Grenadier, then a bit of Theseus, and then I can concentrate on the rest of the games in that series, in that games of 10 I need to do.
By the way, I was going to show you this. I had to get up. So you know how in my printers, I got to redo these because it didn't print out, but they are artillery.
I've got them already.
And then it says fired on the back.
I've got, now some guy on the Panzer Grenadier Facebook page, he's left now, unfortunately, did a load of counters.
I think I've seen the counters, yeah.
And I used them in the playthrough. I mean, they're a bit rough because they're my first attempt. You see, we've got those. That's for the old.
Go ahead and do those, actually. Yeah.
And we've also got when they op fire.
Yep. I think they're on BGG too. You just gotta find
BGG. The guy that used to run it. Then also for things like digging in, they say in the rules put 2 dug in counters and take the next one off. But no, you don't have to do that. You've got one. They're very small though. You've got one that says digging in. So you put that on and then you put the dug in one afterwards. So yeah, I love it. It is a much loved game, but much maligned.
Yeah. Again, it's either a love or hate type relationship.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the counters. I mean, for those that haven't seen it, I know I'm gushing a bit, but I do love me Panzer Grenadier. I mean, look at them counters. Aren't they lovely? I think so anyway.
Yeah, I agree. I think their counters are awesome.
Yeah. But there we go.
Their previous maps, again, could be
questionable. Maps, another matter. You have to look through that. Yeah. You have to sort of look with a rose-tinted dubris to look through.
They're very... What's the word? Like, they're useful, and that's about it. I can't...
Yeah.
You know,
utilitarian.
Functional. They're functional, and that's about it.
But, you know...
I wouldn't be putting them on the wall for, you know, aesthetic beauty, but you can play a game on them without a problem.
And, yeah, and...
Well, and that's the other thing
We-
about that terrain on the Eastern Europe. It was wide, flat plains with nothing on it. So
But not the colour of marmalade.
no, I think they're trying to go for like a wheat field type look.
I don't know. I don't know. And I'd say when I played it on the playthrough I did, that was a while back.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And I was saying, these maps, love them or hate them. But yeah, you look through that when you play it. I mean, these are scary. These are better.
Are you going to be able to get a video up this week, or are you going to wait until next week?
I'm going to wait until Tweez has done, because I'm in the middle of this. I want to finish videoing this.
Okay.
However it turns out, and I'll wait for Tweez to get his up and get his feedback on that and whatnot, and then I'll post that. But if that's done, I can get to learn and
Hill
over
of Doves,
there,
yeah.
the Hill of Doves, yeah. There might be some unboxings because we might get the CDG Stuka Joe thing. We might get the Baltic Gap Red Storm thing turn up. So who knows? But if you don't hear from me, it's not because I'm getting lazy. It's just I'm videoing, but because I've decided to do this one, and I know Tweez is doing it. I'm waiting to get his done first. So which only seems proper. But yeah.
So
and then after that, don't go.
We'll have to see how it goes. So definitely. And with that, so we've got 2 hours in. I can't believe it. I don't know how we came up with 2 hours
with our mates.
Stuff.
Just talking with the peeps. Can't believe it. It's gone.
You don't always have to have stuff planned. So because originally I was only going to be able to do an hour, and so last minute my soccer game got changed, and yeah.
Thank goodness. Otherwise, my head would have exploded.
I don't know if you could get enough talking in an hour to get out what you need to.
Yeah.
So.
It is a bit sad, but in a nice way. That I do look forward to a Saturday night meeting up with you guys and meeting the peeps in the chat and having a chinwag and having a Mickey taken out of me. So yeah.
Oh, see, you didn't say hi, Stephen.
Hi, Steve.
Yeah. So, but no. So we'll be back on Jester's channels next week. So we're looking forward to that. It is Memorial Day weekend here in the United States.
Is it?
So, yep. So we honor all those that have gave the ultimate sacrifice for.
We have Remembrance Sunday. Yeah. Same sort of thing.
So,
yeah.
So we'll have that next weekend. But just back on Jester channel.
We have got Ben Hull next week, haven't we?
Yep, I think so. Yep, definitely.
Yeah. Ooh, straight in my thumb. What's happening there? Ben Hull, designer of Fields of Fire and the Horse and Musket series of games. We can pick his brains. He's a military man, so we can see what he's up to. Yeah, Ardy can. Yeah.
Sounds good. Everybody in the chat, thanks for jumping in.
Yeah,
I hope I got everybody's thoughts and everything on there. So thank
you
very much.
Yeah.
Yep. And we will see everybody next Saturday. Have a great day, night, week. Play some games, guys. Get some gaming done. Yep. Have a good one. Bye.